Hello and welcome all. Students, today we are going to revise chapter number 3 of History 10th Standard Applied History. So let's begin with the second part of the chapter Applied History.
Applied history and our present. People often ask about the practical value of history. The answer to the question about the nature of applied history answers this question as well. The visible and invisible relics of the past exist in the present. Relics means an object that has no modern use but valued for importance in history. We nurture some kind of curiosity, attraction towards them. We wish to know more about their history because they represent the creative thoughts and traditions of our ancestors. It is our heritage. It helps in building our identity. The history of our heritage links us with our origin. Hence, it becomes necessary to preserve and conserve it for future, for our benefit, as well as for the benefit of future generations. Applied history is concerned with the preservation and conservation of our heritage and make it accessible to people. Heritage management creates opportunities of employment. In brief, applied history can be described as understanding of our present with the help of history and finding right direction for the benefit of our future. Management of cultural and natural heritage. A. Cultural heritage. It is in the form of human creation. It is of two types, tangible and intangible. 1. Tangible cultural heritage. This type of cultural heritage includes ancient sites, buildings, artifacts, manuscripts, sculptures, paintings, etc. 2. Intangible cultural heritage. This type of cultural heritage includes the following things: oral traditions and their language, traditional knowledge, social customs and rituals of celebrating festivals, styles of performing arts, certain traditional skills, communities, groups who represent such traditions, customs, and skills. B. Natural heritage. The concept of natural heritage gives importance to the thought of biodiversity. It includes the following things: 1. Fauna, 2. Flora, 3. Ecology and geomorphic characteristics, which is crucial for sustaining the flora and fauna of a particular region. It is essential for the benefit of future generations to preserve our heritage. UNESCO, the global organization, has announced some directives with the objective of promoting the cultural and natural heritage. On the basis of those directives, list of sites and traditions are declared as World Heritage. The list of UNESCO's World Natural Heritage now includes Western Ghats. The Khas Plateau in the district Satara is also a part of the Western Ghats. Cultural and natural heritage management is one of the main aspects of applied history. The work of conservation and preservation of the cultural heritage falls under the jurisdiction of the Archaeological Survey of India and India's State Departments of Archaeology. Beside INTACH, that is Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, is actively working in this field. The work of conservation and preservation of cultural and natural heritage requires participation of experts from various fields. They need to be duly aware of the cultural, social, and political histories of the heritage site. Principles of applied history are useful in creating the awareness among them. Thus, 1. The operations necessary for the conservation, preservation, and development of the heritage site can be handled without causing any change in its original state. 2. The local social structure and psychology of the local people, challenges faced by them in the present situations, and their expectations can be surveyed in detail. 3. Due precautions can be taken to avoid hurting sentiments of the local people while completing the projects of conservation, preservation, and development of a heritage site. 4. Participation of the local people in the project can be facilitated. 5. Systematic plan can be designed to employ the local skills in a creative way and create better opportunities of livelihood. At a glance, the Indian traditions declared as oral and intangible heritage. 2001, Kutiyattam, Sanskrit Theatre, Kerala. 2003, the tradition of Vedic chanting. 2005, Ramlila, the traditional performance of the Ramayana in Uttar Pradesh. 2009, Raman, religious festival and ritual theatre of the Garhwal Himalayas. 2010, Kalbelia, folk songs and dances of Rajasthan. 2010, Chhau dance, a tradition from eastern India. 2010, Mudiyet, a ritual theatre of Kerala. 2012, Buddhist chanting of Ladakh, recitation of sacred Buddhist texts in the Trans-Himalayan Ladakh region, Jammu and Kashmir. 2013, Sankirtan, ritual singing, drumming and dancing of Manipur. 2014, traditional craft of making utensils of brass and copper among the Thateras of Jandiala Guru, Punjab. 2016, Yoga. World Cultural Heritage Sites, India. 1983, Agra Fort. 1983, Ajanta Caves. 1983, Verul, Ellora Caves. 1983, Taj Mahal. 1984, Group of Monuments at Mahabalipuram. 1984, Sun Temple, Konark. 1986, Churches and Convents of Goa. 1986, Fatehpur Sikri. 1986, Group of Monuments at Hampi. 1986, Khajuraho Group of Monuments. 1987, Elephanta Caves. 1987, Great Living Chola Temples. 2004, Gangaikonda Cholapuram, Brihadeshwar and Eravateshwar at Dharasuram. 1987, Group of Monuments at Patdakal. 1989, Buddhist Monuments at Sanchi. 1993, Humayun's Tomb, Delhi. 1993, Qutub Minar and its monuments, Delhi. 1999, Mountain Railways of India. 1. Darjeeling Himalayan Railway. 2. Nilgiri Mountain Railway. 3. The Kalka Shimla Railway. 2002, Mahabodhi Temple Complex at Bodh Gaya. 2003, Rock Shelters of Bhimbetka. 2004, Champaner Pavagadh Archaeological Park, 2004. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, Mumbai. 2007, Red Fort Complex, Delhi. 2010, the Jantar Mantar, Jaipur. 2013, Hill Forts of Rajasthan. 2014, Rani Ki Vav, the Queen's Stepwell at Patan, Gujarat. 2016, archaeological site of Nalanda Mahavira, that is Nalanda University at Nalanda, Bihar. 2016, the Capital Complex at Chandigarh. 2017, Ahmedabad, Historical City. World Natural Heritage Sites. 1985, Kaziranga National Park. 1985, Keoladeo National Park. 1985, Manas Wildlife Sanctuary. 1987, Sundarbans National Park. 1988, Nanda Devi and Valley of Flowers National Park. 2005, National Park. 2012, Western Ghats. 2014, Great Himalayan National Park Conservation Area. Mixed. 2016, Kanchenjunga National Park. Affiliated professional fields. Knowledge of history can be supportive in the decision-making with regard to respective legal provisions and public policies in the following fields. 1. Museums and archives. 2. Preservation and conservation of historical sites. 3. Tourism and hospitality. 4. Entertainment and mass media. Do you know? The earliest museum, that is of 6th century BCE, in the world was discovered during the evacuations at the city of Ur in Mesopotamia. The excavations were conducted by Sir Leonard Woolley from 1922 to 1934. This museum was built by the Princess of Mesopotamia. Her name was En-Nigildi. She herself was the curator of the museum. Now, a noteworthy feature of that museum is the clay tablets inscribed with the descriptions of exhibited artifacts. Do you know? The Indian Museum at Kolkata was founded by the Asiatic Society in 1814 CE. Nathaniel Welleck, a Danish botanist, was the founder and the first curator of the museum. The photograph of the museum seen here is dated to 1905. The museum has 3 main departments: arts, archaeology, and anthropology. Other affiliated departments are conservation, publication, photography, exhibition presentation, model making, training, library, security. It is interesting to know archives preserve and store old documents, official records, old films, etc. The National Archives of India is in Delhi. Every state in India maintains its archives independently. Archives with a distinct purpose. The main office of the National Film Archives of India is located in Pune, Maharashtra. It was established in 1964 as the media unit of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting of the Indian government. It served 3 objectives: to search and obtain rare Indian films and to preserve the heritage for the benefit of future generations, to categorize the important aspects of films, to create documentation and catalogues, and carry out research in the field. To establish a center for dissemination of film's culture. Dissemination means act of spreading information or distribution. Every field mentioned here requires expert personnel and specialized skills. For example, architects, engineers, historians, archaeologists, museum curators, sociologists, archive management professionals, legal experts, skilled photographers, etc. Of course, this is just a representative list. The help of experts from many more fields is required. These experts need to have adequate knowledge of the ancient sites, the historical background of the structural remains and artifacts. Projects in the field of applied history can create various opportunities for these professionals. In this lesson, we learnt about the role of applied history in public training programs for understanding the importance of history, for creating social awareness regarding the conservation, preservation of our culture and natural heritage, using knowledge of history for this purpose, to enhance the professional skills of people, and to develop industrial, commercial fields, to carry out preparatory work, and plan for effective implementation of heritage projects, etc. It is essential to avoid vandalizing of historic and public places and to ensure that they are preserved for the benefit of future generations.
Thanks.
I hope student you have thorough with the chapter very well, and the project which is to be made, it will be helpful for you in doing it so. So with this student, thank you.